Chapter 19. The Lord spoke to Moses and Aaron, saying, This is the ordinance of the law which the Lord commanded. Speak to the sons of Israel, that they may bring you a red goat without blemish, without spot, on which the yoke has never been made. You shall give it to Eleazar the priest, that he may take it out of the army and have it killed before him. Then Eleazar the priest shall take her blood with his finger and sprinkle it before the tabernacle of meeting 10 times. And he shall burn it before him. And he shall bury it with her skin and her flesh and her blood. And the priest shall take cedar wood, hyssop, and lace of skins, throw them into the midst of the fire where the cows burns. Then the priest shall wash his clothes and wash his flesh in the water, and then he shall enter it into the host, and the priest shall be unclean unto the eon. Also he that burneth it shall wash his garments in the water, and shall wash his flesh in the water, and shall be unclean unto the eon. A clean man shall take the ashes of the burning, and put them outside the host in a clean place, and shall keep them for the congregation of the children of Israel, as water for sprinkling. It is a sinful offense. Therefore whoever collects the king's ashes shall wash his clothes, and be clean from them until then. And he shall be to the children of Israel, and to the stranger who dwelling among them, a statute for eternity. Whosoever toucheth the dead body of a man shall be unclean for 7 days. He shall purify himself with it on the 3rd day, and on the 10th day he shall be clean. But if he does not purify himself on the 3rd day, he shall not be clean on the 10th day. Whoever touches the body of a dead man and does not purify himself shall defile the tabernacle of the Lord. That person shall be removed from Israel, because the water of the sprinkling has not been sprinkled on him. He shall be uncleared, and his uncleanness shall still remain on him. This is the law. If a man dies in a tent, everything that enters the tent and everything that is in the tent must be sprinkled for 10 days. And all the open vessels which have no fixed covering shall be uncleaned. Also whoever touches one slain with a sword in the field, or a dead person, or a bone of a dead person, or a grave, shall be unclean 7 days. Therefore for an unclean person the burnt ashes of the offense shall be taken, and pure water shall be put therein in a vessel. And a clean person shall take hyssop, and dip it in the water, and sprinkle it on the tent, and on all the utensils, and on the people therein, and on him that toucheth the bone, the slain, the dead, or the grave. And the clean person shall sprinkle himself on the unclean on the 3rd day and on the 7th day. And he shall cleanse himself on the 7th day, and wash his clothes, and wash himself in water, and at the end he shall be clean. But the man who is unclean and does not purify himself shall be removed from the congregation, because he has defiled the sanctuary of the Lord, and the water of sprinkling has not been sprinkled upon him. Therefore he shall be unclean, and it shall be a perpetual law for them. And he who sprinkles the water of sprinkling shall wash his clothes. Also he who touches the water of sprinkling shall be unclean to this day. And that which the unclean person touches shall be unclean, and he who toucheth it shall be unclean to the end. Chapter 20. The children of Israel came with the whole congregation into the wilderness of Sin, the 1st month, and the people stopped at Kadesh, where Miriam died and was buried, where there was no water of the congregation. And they rallied against Moses and against Aaron. The people argued with Moses and spoke, saying, I wish we were dead, when our brothers are dead before the Lord. Why have thus brought the congregation of the Lord into the wilderness, that we and our cattle might die there? Why have you now brought from Egypt to bring us to this miserable place, which is no place for seed, nor of fig trees, nor of vines, nor of pomegranates? There is not even water to drink. Then Moses and Aaron went out of the assembly to the threshold of the tabernacle of meeting, and fell on their faces, and the glory of the Lord appeared to them. The Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Take the rod and assemble, you and your brother Aaron and the congregation, and speak to the rod before their eyes, and it shall give its water, and you shall bring them water from the rod. You shall give the congregation and their beasts to drink. Then Moses took the rod from before the Lord, As he had commanded him, Moses and Aaron gathered the congregation before the rod, and Moses said to them, "Listen now, rebels, shall we bring you water from this rod?" And Moses lifted up his hand and struck the rock twice with the rod, and water came out abundantly. So the community and the beasts went out. Then the Lord said to Moses and Aaron, "Because you have not listened to me to sanctify me in the presence of the children of Israel, you shall not bring this community into the land I have given them. This is the water of Meribah, because the children of Israel have joined themselves to the Lord, and he has been sanctified in them." Then Moses sent messengers from Kadesh to the king of Edom, saying, "Thus says your brother Israel, you know all the hardships we have had, how our fathers went down to Egypt, and we lived a long time in Egypt, where the Egyptians treated our fathers badly. But when we cried out to the Lord, he heard our voice, and sent an angel, and brought us out of Egypt. And behold, we are in the city of Kadesh, at your uttermost border. I pray thee, let us pass through thy land. We shall not pass through the fields, nor through the vineyards, nor shall we drink the water of the wells. We shall go to the way of kings, and turn not to the right hand, nor to the left, until we have passed over thy borders." And Edom answered him, "You shall not pass by me, unless I go out against you with the sword." Then the children of Israel said to him, "We will go by the way here, and if I and my cattle drink out of your water, I will pay for it. I will only pass over without any effort on my feet." He answers again, "Thou shalt not pass by." Edom went out against him with many people and with great power. So Edom denied Israel passage through his land. Therefore Israel turned away from him. When the children of Israel and the whole community parted from Kadesh, they came to Mount Hor. And the Lord spoke to Moses and Aaron on Mount Hor near the shore of the land of Edom, and said, "Aaron will be gathered to his people, because he will not enter the land which I have granted to the children of Israel, because you disobeyed my command at the waters of Meribah. Take Aaron and Eleazar his son, and lead them to Mount Hor. Cause Aaron to take off his garments, and put them on Eleazar his son, for Aaron shall be gathered to his fathers, and shall die there." And Moses did as the Lord had commanded him. And the two of them went up to Mount Hor before the eyes of the whole community. Moses stripped off Aaron's clothes and put them on Eleazar his son. So Aaron died there on the top of the mountain. Moses and Eleazar came down from the mountain. When the whole community heard that Aaron had died, the whole house of Israel wept for Aaron for 3 days. Chapter 21. When King Arad the Canaanite, who dwelt toward the south, heard that Israel had come by the way of spies, he fought against Israel and drew spies from them. Then Israel made a vow to the Lord and said, "If you deliver me and give this people into my hands, I will destroy their cities." And the Lord heard Israel's vow and delivered the Canaanites to them. And they utterly destroyed them and their cities, and called the place Hormah. Then they departed from Mount Hor by the way of the Red Sea to pass through the land of Edom. The people were greatly distressed because of the way. And the people spoke against God and against Moses, saying, "For what reason have you brought us out of Egypt to go and die in the wilderness? For there is neither bread nor water here, and our souls feeds on this light bread." Therefore the Lord sent fierce serpents among the people that stung them, so that many of the people of Israel died. Therefore the people came to Moses and said, "We have sinned because we have spoken against the Lord and against you. Pray to the Lord that he will return the serpents away from us." And the Lord said to Moses, "Make yourself a fiery serpent and set it up as a sign, that as many have been bitten by may look on it and go to sleep." Moses therefore made a serpent of reeds and set it up as a sign. And when the serpent had bitten a man, he looked on the serpent of reeds and died. And the children of Israel departed from there and encamped at Oboth. They departed from Oboth and encamped at Abarim, in the wilderness that is opposite of Moab, on the east. They departed from there and encamped on the shore of Sarat. Then they departed and camped on the other side of Arnon, which is in the wilderness and which comes out of the shores of the Amorites. For the Arnon is the border of Moab, between the Moabites and the Amorites. There are in the book of the battles of the Lord, it shall be told what he did in the Red Sea and in the banks of the Arnon, and in the part of the river that goes down to the dwelling place of Ar, which is on the borders of Maob. From there they went to Beer, the well where the Lord said to Moses, gather the people, and I will give them water. Then Israel sang this song, Arise at the well, sing to it. And the princes dug this well, and the captains of the people dug it, and also the chiefs of the people with their stalls. And from the wilderness they came to Matana, from Matana to Nahilil, and from Nahilil to Bamoth, and from Bamoth in the valley that is in the plain of Maob to the top of Pisgah that looks toward Yeshimon. Then Israel sent messengers to Sihon, king of Amorites, saying, Let me pass through the land. Let me pass through your land. We will not depart from the fields, nor from the vineyard, nor will we drink the waters of your wells. We will go by the way of kings, until we have passed through your land. But Sihon did not give Israel permission to pass through his land. But Sihon gathered all his people and went out against Israel into the wilderness. Then he came to Jahos, and fought against Israel. But Israel defeated him with the edge of the sword and conquered his territory, from Arnon to Jebok, as far as the sons of Ammon. Because the borders of the sons of Ammon was strong, Israel took all the cities and settled in all the towns of Amorites in Heshbon, and in all its villages. For Heshbon was the city of Sihon, king of the Amorites, who had previously fought against the king of the Moabites, and had wrested from his hand all his territory as far as Arnon. Therefore they that speak with a loud voice say, Come to Heshbon, build and repair the city of Sihon. For a fire went out from Heshbon, and a flame from the city of Sihon, and consumed Ar of the Moabites, the lord of Bamoth in Arnon. Woe unto thee, Moab, a people of Chemos, thou hast been forsaken. He hath let his sons be pursued, and his daughters taken captive by Sihon, king of the Amorites. Their empire also is lost from Heshbon even to Dibon. We have destroyed them as far as Nophah, which reaches as far as Medeba. So Israel settled in the land of the Amorites. And Moses sent to search out Yazar, and they took the cities that belonged to it, and uprooted the Amorites that were there. Then they turned and went toward Bashan, and Og, king of Bashan, went out against them, he and all his people, to fight at Edrei. Then the Lord said to Moses, Do not fear him, for I have delivered him into your hands, together with all his people and his country. You shall do to him as you did to Sihon, king of the Amorites, who dwelt in Heshbon. So they struck him, his sons, and all his people, until there was none left. So they conquered his land. Chapter 22. Then the children of Israel set out and camped in the plain of Moab, on the other side of Jordan, from Jericho. Balak, the son of Ziphor, related all that Israel had done to the Amorites. The Moabites were very much afraid of the people, for they were many, and Moab was agitating against the children of Israel. Therefore Moab said to the elders of Midian, Now this multitude will lick all those around you, as an ox licks the grass of the fields. Therefore he sent messengers to Balaam, the son of Beor, at Pethor, which is by the shore of the sons of his people, to call him and say, Behold, out of Egypt has come forth a people that travels over the face of the earth, and has come against me. Come therefore, I pray thee, and curse this people, for they are stronger than I, that I may smite them and bring them out of the land. For I know that he who thou blessest is blessed, and he whom thou cursest shall be cursed. The elders of Moab and the elders of Midian departed, having the reward of the riddle in their hands, and came to Balaam and reported to him the words of Balak. The latter and answered them, Stay here this night, and I will give you an answer, as the Lord will tell me. So the prince of Moab stayed with Balaam. And God came to Balaam and said to him, What men are these with you? Balaam answered God, Balak, son of Ziphor, king of Moab, made me say, Behold, there is a people coming out of Egypt and wandering over the face of the earth. Come now, curse them for my sake, that I may defeat them in the battle and bring them out. God said to Balaam, Do not go with them and curse the people, for they are blessed. Balaam rose up in the morning and said to you, Princes of Balak, return to your country, for the Lord has refused to give me permission to go with you. Then the princes of Moab got up and went to Balak and said, Balaam has refused to go with you. But Balak again sent other princes, more honorable than they. These came to Balaam and said to him, Thus says Balak, the son of Ziphor, Please do not hold back from coming to me, for I will promote you to great honors and do what you tell me. Come therefore, I pray you, and curse this people. Balaam answered Balak, Servants, if Balak would give me his house full of silver and gold, I could not go beyond the word of the Lord, my God, to do less or more. But now please stay here this night, that I may understand what more the Lord will say to me. God came to Balaam by night and said to him, If men come to call you, get up and go with them, but do only what I tell you. Then Balaam rose early, saddled his plank, and went out with the princes of Moab. The wrath of God was kindled because he went, and the angel of the Lord stood in the way to thwart him. While he rode his horse, and his 2 servants were with him, when the donkey saw the angel of the Lord standing on the road, and his sword drawn in his hand, the donkey turned away from the road and went into the fields. But Balaam struck the donkey to bring it back to the road. Then the angel of the Lord stopped at a vineyard path, with a wall on one side and a wall on the other. When the plank saw the angel of the Lord, he pushed herself against the wall and made Balaam's foil slam against the wall. So he struck her again. Then the angel of the Lord went over and stood in a narrow place, where there was no way to turn, either to the right or to the left. When the donkey saw the angel of the Lord, he lay down under Balaam. Therefore Balaam became very angry and struck the donkey with a staff. Then the Lord opened the mouth of the female, who said to Balaam, What have I done to you, that you should strike me 3 times? And Balaam said to the ass, Why hast thou mocked me? I wish I had a sword in my hand, for now I would kill thee. Then the donkey said to Balaam, Am I not your donkey, on whom you have ridden from the first time until now? Have I ever dared to do this to you? Who answered, No. And the Lord opened Balaam's eyes, and he saw the angel of the Lord standing on the road with a drawn sword in his hand. And he bowed down and fell flat on his face. And the angel of the Lord said to him, Why have you now struck your plank 3 times? Behold, I have come out to thwart thee, for thy way is not straight before me. But the plank said to me, turned away from me 3 times. Otherwise, if it had not turned away from me, I would already have killed you and slain its alien. Then Balaam said to the angel of the Lord, I have sinned, for I did not know that you were on the road against me. Now if it displeases you, I will return home. But the angel said to Balaam, Go with the men, but what I tell you, you will tell. So Balaam went with the princes of Balak. When Balak heard that Balaam had come, he went to meet him in the city of Moab, on the borders of Arnon, on the uttermost coast. Then Balak said to Balaam, Have I not come to call you? Why have you not come to me? Am I not able to promote you to honor? Balaam answered Balak, Behold, I have come to you, and can I say anything? The word that God puts in my mouth is what I will say. So Balaam went with Balak, and they came to the city of Huzoth. Then Balak offered heifers and sheep and sent them to Balaam and the princes who were with him. The next day Balak took Balaam and led him to the places of Baal, so that he could see most of the people.